Good morning, students. Last time, under the human health and diseases, we studied about the number of common diseases, okay, which are infectious diseases to human being. Now, in this lecture, we are going to study about the next one disease. It is also a common infectious disease, and it is caused as malaria. Now, see, in case of this malaria disease, it is a protozoan disease. What is this? It is a protozoan disease. Now, this protozoan disease means disease causing pathogen. Pathogen means what? It is the disease causing agent. Due to which factor disease is caused, or due to which living entity disease is caused, it is called as pathogen, and it is a living pathogen. It is called as plasmodium. Means malaria is caused by plasmodium. Plasmodium is called as pathogen. There are 4 species of the pathogen. This plasmodium, it is having 4 species. First one is plasmodium vivax. Second one species is plasmodium ovale. Third one species is plasmodium falciparum. And fourth one is the plasmodium malariae. Okay, these are the 4 species of the plasmodium protozoa, and these plasmodium 4 species are responsible for causing disease malaria. Now, from all these 4, this plasmodium falciparum, it is highly infectious and it is causing the severe symptoms of the malaria. Okay, means if single sentence question is occur, name the pathogen of malaria disease, answer is plasmodium is the pathogen of the malaria disease. How many species of the plasmodium? There are 4 species. First one species is plasmodium vivax, second one plasmodium ovale, third one plasmodium falciparum, and fourth one is the plasmodium malariae. These are responsible for causing malaria, hence these are called as pathogen. Now, second one, what is the mode of transmission? Means how malaria disease is transmitted from one person to the another. This is called as mode of transmission. Now remember, this malaria disease, it is a vector borne disease. What is this? It is a vector borne disease. Now vector means which is responsible for carrying this pathogen from one person to another person, or it is the way, okay, or this vector borne infectious disease, it is spread from one person to another person by the female Anopheles mosquito. Now remember, this is very important because the vector borne disease means who is vector? Vector is a mosquito. Which mosquito? Anopheles. And from this Anopheles mosquito, only female is responsible for spreading this disease from one person to another person. Why only female? Because female Anopheles mosquito only blood sucking. It sucks the blood. And male Anopheles mosquito, it feeds on the nectar of the flower. Hence, female Anopheles mosquito, remember this is very important, female Anopheles mosquito is the vector for the disease malaria. Also, again clear about this, pathogen is plasmodium. Malaria is a disease, okay, and for this disease pathogen is the plasmodium and vector is the female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, now in case of this, the malaria disease shows certain symptoms. Now symptoms means what? When the infection of the malaria takes place, that is mosquito bites, after the biting of this female Anopheles mosquito, means this female Anopheles mosquito once bite the human being, after 7 to 15 days. How much? After 7 to 15 days, the symptoms will occur on the human body. Okay, this is called as incubation period. Okay, now the first or primary symptom is the fever, headache and chill. This is the primary symptom of the malaria disease when infection takes place, and after the infection, after 7 to 15 days, first the person feel the fever. Also along with this fever there is headache and also the chill. Okay, this is the primary symptom or initial symptom. After that there are cyclic occurrence of the high fever, then sweating and shivering. Okay, means the person feels that first there is fever, after some time this fever there is continuously sweating, and after that there is shivering. This is cyclic occurrence. It is the main symptom of the malaria. Then also along with this vomiting, the person cannot digest the food, it regurgitate. Also the convulsion, means sometime person collapses. Okay. Then arthralgia. Arthralgia means what? It is the joint pains. Whatever inside the body, in 11th standard we studied about the skeleton. Whatever the joints present in our body, at this joint the person feel the pains. This joint pain is called as arthralgia. Then anemia. Anemia means what? Our RBCs. RBCs, that is red blood cells. Due to the infection, these RBCs get ruptures. These are breakdown, and due to this rupturing, our hemoglobin, it becomes less, and less hemoglobin condition, clinically it is called as anemia. Okay. Then hepatomegaly. It is also one of the symptom. Hepatomegaly means what? There is enlargement of liver. In case of human, liver is the digestive organ, and this liver, it is responsible for the digestion, and here is the digestion takes place because this liver, it secretes the bile juice. Okay, but when the infection takes place, this liver, it enlarges, size is enlarging. This is called as hepatomegaly. Okay, now in case of this, the next one symptom we can occur also, that is retinal damage. Retinal damage means this condition in which the retinal damage means our eyes get infected, means infection to the eyes. It is called as retinal damage. Okay, retina, it is the innermost layer of our eyes. Okay, and this retina, it is responsible for the formation of image. Due to this infection, the retina of the eyes can damage. And the last one, fourth symptom, last one symptom is the cerebral malaria. This cerebral malaria means brain also damage. Is this infection or in this disease also there is severe damage to our brain. Okay? Means step by step, when symptoms occur, the first symptoms, that is primary symptom, it includes fever, headache and chill. Secondly, after few days, there is cyclic occurrence of high fever, sweating and shivering. But these symptoms occur after the 7 to 15 days after the biting. Then vomiting and convulsion. Also there is arthralgia. Arthralgia means joint pain. Anemia means RBCs get rupture. RBCs, that is red blood cells. And due to the less hemoglobin, person becomes anemic. Then hepatomegaly, also one of the symptom, that is in this hepatomegaly there is enlargement of the liver. Liver is the digestive gland which secrete the bile juice for the digestion. Then retinal damage means eye infection or there is damage to the retina of the human eye. And cerebral malaria means there is damage to the brain. Okay, such type of symptoms occur in case of the person, then it is necessary to diagnose the what is the reason behind these symptoms. Okay, in primary stage, when we feel the fever and chill, for the diagnosis means what? It is the detection. Why these symptoms occur, that is called as detection or diagnosis. The microscopic diagnosis or examination, it is with the help of blood smear. Means the patient's blood is taken on the slide, make it smear, and this smear, it is occur under the microscope, that is compound microscope, And if we observe in this blood plasmodium, then we called as that the person is infected by the malaria. Okay, that is first primary diagnosis with the help of microscope, that is preparation of blood smear. Then also one of the technique is used, that is nucleic acid amplification technique. Okay, this technique in which also there is diagnosis of the malaria. Then if malaria is diagnosed, whatever the treatment, in case of the treatment we can use the ACTS. ACTS means atrimicinin based combination therapy. In this therapy, the 5 drugs, these are used in the combination for the relief of the patient. Now, if this malaria is a vector-borne disease, it is spread through the female Anopheles mosquito, then what are the preventions and control? How we can prevent this? Okay, that is called as prevention. In this prevention, the first is basic, that is use of mosquito nets or the insect repellents. Means due to the when we sleep, we can use the mosquito nets, due to which there is bite is avoided. Also, we can spray the insecticides. These insecticides are responsible for the killing of the killing of the mosquitoes. Also, it is one of the important factor is that if there is stagnant water to outside our home, then it is responsible for the more growth of the mosquitoes. Hence, drainage of the stagnant water means you have to clean all that drainage. And if there is the mosquitoes present on the stagnant water, we can use a fish. This fish is called as Gambusia fish. Okay, if the Gambusia fish is released in that stagnant water, and this stagnant water is called as biocontrol, this Gambusia fish, they eat the mosquito larvae, and automatically these fishes bite this mosquito larvae, and they will be controlling the population of the mosquito. Okay, these are the preventive methods. Okay, now question arises that this malaria in which pathogen is plasmodium. Okay, how this pathogen completes its the life cycle, that is life cycle of plasmodium. Okay, now in this life cycle, this plasmodium pathogen, it includes the 2 hosts. First one host is the female Anopheles mosquito, and second one host is the human. Okay, in case of the life cycle, 2 hosts, that is first one is mosquito and second one is the human. Okay, now there is correlation in between these two. What is the correlation in between these two? If mosquito is infected and this infected mosquito bite to the human, okay, human is suffered by the symptoms of malaria. Okay, now this human become carrier, and if normal or healthy mosquito bite to the human, this mosquito becomes infected. Means infected mosquito transmit the plasmodium to the healthy man. Okay, then human being become the carrier, and if normal or healthy mosquito bite to such carrier human, mosquito become infected. Means a sexual phase is completed in the body of mosquito, and asexual phase is completed in the body of human being. Okay, means in case of the life cycle of the plasmodium, 2 hosts are involved. The first host is the mosquito and second host is the human. Plasmodium, in the life cycle of the plasmodium, first we studied about that this plasmodium, it completes its life cycle in 2 hosts. Okay, first host is the female Anopheles mosquito and second one host is the human. Okay, inside these 2 host life cycle is completed. Now see the first one, this is very much important point. The normal Anopheles mosquito, okay, when bite to a carrier human, it becomes infected. Okay, it is a cyclic structure. Infected mosquito spread the disease to the human, and infected human infects the mosquito when it bites. Now this infected mosquito, that is female Anopheles mosquito, inside the body sexual phase is completed. Why sexual phase? Because there is formation of the gametocytes. Inside the body of female mosquito, gametes are formed, hence it is called as gametocytic stage or sexual stage. Inside the infected mosquito, when it bites to the human being, it consists of its salivary gland. These are filled along with the blood sucking, that is sporozoite. Means sporozoites are present in the salivary glands of the infected mosquito. Now inside this salivary gland, what happened? These sporozoites converted into gametocyte. Means there is formation of male gamete and female gamete. All these process it happen inside the body of female Anopheles mosquito, inside its salivary gland. Now this male gamete and female gamete, they fuse in the gut, that is alimentary canal of the Anopheles mosquito. For example, digestive system, it consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. In this gut word is used for the alimentary canal. Inside this gut, there is fusion of male gamete and female gamete. And from this male gamete and female gamete, there is formation of the ookinase. And these ookinase, they form the structure oocyte in the gut wall. This is cyclic changes. First, sporozoites are present in salivary gland. This sporozoite converted into gametocyte. There is formation of male gamete and female gamete. These fuse, there is formation of ookinete. This ookinete form the oocyst. And then this oocyst get ruptured. And due to the rupturing, the such type of sporozoites, these are released into the salivary glands. And this salivary gland, now which consists of sporozoites, means this mosquito is the infected. Okay, again we came here. This is normal Anopheles mosquito. It bites to the carrier human. It serves the sporozoites. These sporozoites present in the salivary gland. There is formation of gametocytes. Two types of the gametes form, male gamete and female gamete. These gamete fused. There is formation of ookinete. These ookinete form the oocyst. Once oocyst rupture, it again release the sporozoite. Now this mosquito, it becomes fully infected as it contains sporozoites in salivary gland. This is first part. When such infected mosquito, it bite to the human. This is also important. This mosquito is infected. This infected mosquito bite to the human, and inside the human body, two stages starts. Okay, due to the biting, now inside the body of human being, this human body, it contains sporozoites. Okay, now two stages are takes place. First one stage is called as exoerythrocytic phase. Means this sporozoite, they infect with the hepatocytes. Hepatocytes means what? There is liver cell infection. Some of the sporozoite goes to the liver and they infect the liver cell. And second one stage is erythrocytic phase, in which there is infection to the RBC. That is, blood consists of RBC, and this sporozoite infects the RBCs, and these sporozoites again infect the liver cell. Now due to the infection of the liver cell, sporozoite stage is converted into next one stage, in which the second stage is called as merozoite. First one stage is sporozoite, second one stage is merozoite. This merozoite ruptures in liver cell, and these merozoites released into the bloodstream. And now this bloodstream, which consists of RBC, inside this RBC, these are converted into tropozoite stage. Tropozoites converted into schizon. Schizon again converted into merozoite. Means this is cyclic changes takes place in the form of Plasmodium parasite, and this parasite, it goes into two stages, that is sexual phase and asexual phase. Okay. Now this life cycle of Plasmodium vivax, it will ask for the long question, and in this if you have to represent such type of cyclic representation, then it is very easy to understand the life cycle of the Plasmodium. Okay. Now again remember one thing is that malaria, it is a protozoan disease. Pathogen is Plasmodium. There are 4 species. Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium ovale and Plasmodium malaria. These are 4 species. Okay. Mode of transmission is this disease is spread from one person to another person by a mosquito which is called as female Anopheles mosquito. Okay. The lots of symptoms in which first one initial symptom is fever, headache and chill. After that classical symptoms we can occur. These classical symptoms are the first one, that is headache, arthralgia, anemia, also hepatomegaly, arthralgia. Such type of symptoms. Sometimes there is retinal damage also takes place. Also there is damage to the brain, that is cerebral malaria, it is also called as. After that diagnosis, it will be with the help of microscopic examination by blood smear. Also second one therapy is used, that is in this nucleic acid combination therapy is also used. In the life cycle of malaria, the 2 phases, that is sexual phase in mosquito and asexual phase in the human being. This cyclic representation, it is very helpful for the describing life cycle of the malaria. Okay, thank you.